What it do, guys? Manjoume here with an extra episode of the Incredible Hulk 2008 film tie-in game. We finished the story a while ago, but there's more content in the game. In particular, there's alternate or secret skins called characters you can use in the game with different unlock conditions. They all play the same, which is a shame, since I'd hoped they'd add variety to the game, like making the Hulk faster or stronger, maybe giving him a special move or ability that others don't have. Let's take a look at each secret character in the game, their unlock condition, a brief introduction, first appearance, and relevance to the MCU. First we'll look at the console versions, then the handheld, as the DS adds several skins while reusing some prior. First up, we have the Incredible Hulk from the movie. Okay, he's not a secret character, but this is basically a skin selection screen, so he needs to be there. As mentioned, he's unlocked from the beginning of the game and is the version of the Hulk that you see in the 2008 movie that this game is based on. I think most notable here is that he's wearing jorts. Following this film, Edward Norton is recast with Mark Ruffalo, and as such is different from his 2008 appearance. Second is Classic Hulk. He's unlocked by collecting 5 comic book covers in the game. This is the classic vibrant green with torn purple pants that we all know and love. He first appeared in The Incredible Hulk #1 in May 1962. This is the basic template for other Hulk designs. Third is Grey Hulk. This version is unlocked by smashing 10,000 objects in the game. This one is based on the original concept for the Hulk, as Stan Lee wanted him to be gray, but due to ink problems, the Hulk's color turned to green. This was explained by saying Hulk was gray when he was first hit by the gamma bomb, but due to repeated gamma radiation projectors, became the green/Savage Hulk most people are familiar with. He first appeared in Hulk issue #1. There are variations of the Grey Hulk seen in Marvel's Avengers. Fourth is Maestro. He is unlocked by destroying a building in each neighborhood. He's the Hulk of a possible future where nuclear devastation has eliminated many, if not all, Earthbound heroes and villains. Hulk was simply powered up by these events. Thanks to the nuclear fallout, this Hulk's strength had been drastically improved to the point where he could lift twice as much in a calm state as he could before. This highly ruthless and intelligent version of the Hulk rules dystopia. He first appeared in Hulk Future Imperfect #1 in December 1992. He hasn't made any MCU appearances, but appeared in the video game Marvel's Avengers, in particular the event Future Imperfect as the final boss based on the aforementioned comic. Fifth is Ironclad. He's unlocked by defeating the UFOs, tricking a UFO into KOing his teammate, and defeating Abomination. He is a member of the UFOs. He's possibly the strongest member of the UFOs in brute muscle. Ironclad is defeated by the Hulk along with the other UFOs. He first appeared in Incredible Hulk #254 and hasn't made any other appearances connected to MCU. Trivia: Ironclad got an action figure made after him with a boxing glove-like piece of cement with him. I don't know, I just like gauntlets. Sixth is Green Scar Hulk, otherwise known as Planet Hulk. He's unlocked by successfully completing the game exclusively on the PlayStation 3. A personality born from the need to survive the harsh planet of Sakaar. Has seemingly, though never officially confirmed, the intelligence of Banner, the cunning of the Grey Hulk, and strength of the Savage Hulk. His base strength started at above human and grew to beyond 10 tons with no defined limit. Gladiators were armed slaves forced to fight each other for the amusement of the people of Sakaar. During the Gladiator games, Hiroim realized the Hulk was fulfilling the prophecy of the Sakaar Sun. Hulk's victories proved popular with the populace, but disastrous for the Red King. He's the primary protagonist of Planet Hulk in Incredible Hulk Volume 2, number 92 to 105. Hulk wore a variation of this gladiator outfit in Thor Ragnarok, where he partook in gladiatorial battles, much like the source material. This movie and on showed Hulk to be more than beast and actually have a personality entirely separate from Banner. Recently, Planet Hulk has been featured in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Marvel Contest of Champions as Hulk Ragnarok, and in Marvel Superheroes 2 as Bruce Banner, Hulk/Thor Ragnarok, wherein you can play as Bruce and transform into the Hulk. Of course, there's also a gladiator outfit based on the Ragnarok design for the Hulk in Marvel's Avengers, as well as a gladiator style outfit based on the comics. Seventh is Abomination. He's unlocked by defeating Abomination in the game and is scaled down to the size of the Hulk when in use. This is the movie version. Upon his creation in the comics, Stan Lee recalled that he simply told the artist Gil Kane to make him bigger and stronger than Hulk, and we'll have a lot of fun with him. Elon Blonsky was a KGB agent who infiltrated the Air Force Base in New Mexico, where Dr. Bruce Banner was attempting to kill the Hulk through overexposure to gamma rays. Blonsky triggers the events that turns Banner into the Hulk and himself into a hideous lizard-like creature. In the MCU, Emil got a variant of the super soldier serum, then after losing a fight to the Hulk, transfused himself with Banner's gamma-irradiated blood. A fun bit of comics lore is that the Abomination appears when summoned by the Coven of Witches to briefly battle the cosmic hero, the Silver Surfer, and summons THOR via an absent stranger's technology to aid him in escaping the stranger's laboratory world. Thor frees the Abomination of their captives, but upon learning that they're evil, uses his mystic hammer Mjolnir to time travel several hours into the past to undo his mistake. After defeating the Abomination and placing the Abomination in prison, he just leaves. The Abomination first appeared in Tales to Astonish number 90 in April 1967. This MCU version later appears in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings and is mentioned or pictured in Daredevil, The Defenders, The Punisher, and is set to appear in She-Hulk. A couple versions of him appear in Marvel Contest of Champions. 8th is Professor Hulk. He's unlocked by completing all jump challenges in the game. The merged Hulk is the merger of Banner, Savage Hulk, and Grey Hulk. The merged Hulk is later retconned into Professor Hulk. The Professor, rather than being a merger of the three personalities, was interpreted as a fourth, separate personality that represented Banner's ideal self. The primary difference between the two is that the merged Hulk demonstrates aspects of Banner, Grey, and Savage Hulk personalities, also possessing Banner's intelligence, Joe Fixit's cunning, and Savage Hulk's size and strength, while the Professor doesn't. The Professor is the largest of the three primary Hulk incarnations, and he also possesses a higher base strength level. While in an emotionally calm state, the Professor is capable of lifting in excess of 100 tons. However, unlike other incarnations of the Hulk, Bruce Banner subconsciously installed a type of safeguard within the Professor. When the Professor's anger reaches a certain level, he will transform back into Bruce Banner, with the mind and personality of the Savage Hulk. Due to this safeguard, the Professor is ultimately the weakest of the three primary Hulks, despite being the physically largest. He first appeared in Incredible Hulk 377 in 1991. Specifically, being smart and dressing like a normal person seems to be partial inspiration for the version of the Hulk featured in Endgame moving forward, including the upcoming She-Hulk series. Instead of being a new personality separate from Bruce, it's just Bruce having merged with MCU Hulk, though it seems Bruce is at least the dominant one, as I don't recall hearing from the Hulk ever since we got this version. It's unknown if this version is weaker than the primal MCU Hulk, and maybe we'll find out in a future movie or series. 9th is Joe Fixit. He's unlocked by successfully completing the game exclusively on the Xbox 360. Joe Fixit is a personality Bruce had as the Hulk that represented the personality that can do all the not-so-nice things that Bruce was too unsure of to do himself. Tricky, manipulative, shows little thoughts of others, and makes up some of his traits. This incarnation can lift approximately 75 tons and does possess the madder he gets, stronger he gets ability, but at a much slower rate, since this incarnation has some level of intelligence and reasoning and would not just lose control as easily as Savage Hulk. Joe Fixit first appeared in Hulk issue number 324, but has not made any MCU appearances aside from maybe a skin in Marvel's Avengers, and is playable in Marvel Contest of Champions. 10th is Red Hulk. He's unlocked by pre-ordering the PS3 or Xbox 360 version of the game from GameStop, but according to one J Smooth on Games Radar, Red Hulk can be unlocked by defeating one of the Army Strike teams. I'll stream an attempt to unlock this later. If I'm able to, I'll upload it. General Thaddeus E. Thunderbolt Ross, also known as the Red Hulk, is a United States military officer, father of Betty, ex-father-in-law of Glenn Talbot, father-in-law of Bruce Banner, and the head of the Gamma Bomb project that turned Banner into the Hulk. After the creation of the Hulk, Ross pursues the creature with growing obsession, and after learning that Banner and the Hulk are one and the same, Ross hunts Banner as well. In 2008, Ross transformed into the Red Hulk to better combat his nemesis. Ross made his debut in The Incredible Hulk number 1, and as Red Hulk in Hulk number 1 in January 2008, same year as the Incredible Hulk MCU movie and tie-in game. Thunderbolt Ross later appeared in Captain America Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and Black Widow. Red Hulk, however, has yet to make a debut, but according to Joe Russo, there was an idea featuring him in Civil War, but thought that the film already had enough going on and this wouldn't serve to fit well into the narrative. Who knows, we might see him in She-Hulk. The 11th secret character on console is Hulkbuster Iron Man. He's unlocked by having a save from the Iron Man movie tie-in game, also by Sega. It's an Iron Man suit created by and used by Tony Stark to try to disable the Hulk from moving and weaken him. The repulsors are upgraded repulsors from the Silver Centurion, which enable the repulsors to use Frost Charge and Striker Missile. The repulsors on the suit can handle all of Iron Man's repulsors. The Frost Charge is useless to try and freeze Hulk, but it can be used to blind him. The reactor arc in the Hulkbuster's chest can use Unibeam, which may or may not damage the Hulk, but is still powerful. This suit first appeared in Iron Man Volume 1, number 304. In the MCU, it was created by Tony and Bruce, and was initially piloted by Tony while already in a suit, such as the Mark 43. It appeared in Age of Ultron and is mentioned in Infinity War, Spider-Man Homecoming, and WandaVision. The suit actually seen in Infinity War and Endgame was the later Mark 48. It also appears in the Iron Man MCU tie-in game. Before we get to the DS exclusive characters, let's take a look at the back of the PS3 case. It says it's a single player game, but there's actually a multiplayer mode and at one point DLC to add multiplayer content. 10 plus years later and none of it's accessible or able to be downloaded. Here's some footage of it. Think of two Hulks creating havoc in each other's vicinity. I kinda love it. In the ultimate fight, we just both grab cars, rip them in half, and stick them on our hands. Car gauntlets, gotta love it. Honestly, I love it more than I love the web gauntlets you can get in Spider-Man on the Dreamcast.
My name is Bruce Banner. I'm trying to stop a monster.
Now for the DS exclusive skins. First up we have the Movie Hulk unlocked from the beginning of the game. Second we have Grey Hulk found in Alaska level 1. Third is Savage Hulk found in Alaska level 2. Hulk is specifically Savage Hulk when A. His anger grows so much he loses touch with reality. At that point Hulk cannot be stopped by virtually anything. His strength increases the angrier he gets. B. His mind has been wiped clear of all thoughts and memories. He is only instinct, again being invulnerable to virtually all outside attacks. He destroys everything in his path. The most common version of the Hulk, he possesses the mental progression, emotional capacity, and emotional temperament of a young child, typically referring to himself in the third person. Think Hulk Smash. Despite being enraged, Hulk often claims that he simply wishes to be left alone. The Savage Hulk is usually depicted as green-skinned and heavily muscled with a loping ape-like gait. While in a functionally calm emotional state, or at least as calm as the Hulk can be, the Savage Hulk is capable of lifting in excess of 100 tons. He debuted as Savage Hulk in Savage Hulk number 1 in June 25th, 2014, years after this game. This seems to be the basis for the one in the movie and honestly most media. Fourth is Banner Hulk found in Alaska level 3. I haven't found any mention of this being a pre-established version of the Hulk, but it could be a version of the Hulk from the Incredible Hulk issue 4 where Banner created a device that would both transform/reverse the Hulk transformation but also let him retain his personality and intelligence. It's the Hulk dressed up like the scientist Banner. Since the Professor is a separate character, I think that Banner Hulk is more like the new Smart Hulk that we see in the MCU where Banner is in control of the Hulk rather than being this entirely new personality like the Professor is. As such, I think while elements from the Professor went into the MCU, it's actually this one that we see in Endgame and forward. Fifth is Mr. Fixit, found in Alaska level 4. This is another name for Joe Fixit, a previously mentioned secret character. Sixth is the Professor, found in Alaska level 6. Seventh, we have Hulk 2099, found in Alaska level 7. Hulk 2099 was a futuristic reimagining of the original Hulk. Joe Eisenhart was a studio executive for Lotus Land Productions, researching the Knights of Banner. migrant worshippers of the Hulk. The Knights of Banner had been experimenting with gamma rays, hoping to create a new Hulk. After the Knights refused to sell their story to him, Eisenhart reported them to the police. When the police arrived, a battle ensued, leading to the capture and slaughter of many Knights. Eisenhart, racked with guilt, joined the Knights in their fight. A young Knight the studio exec had befriended named Gawain tried to end the violence by killing everyone by setting off the gamma devices, only to have his new ally caught in the blast. The blast transformed Eisenhart into a new Hulk, who quickly ended the battle. Upon returning to Lotus Land, the studio executive was assigned to investigate a new desert creature himself. He made his debut appearance in 2099 Unlimited, #1 in 1993 in a comic featuring 2 stories, one with Spider-Man 2099 and one with Hulk 2099. For whatever reason, the Hulk 2009 stories are missing from the whole series on the Marvel Unlimited comic app, so I won't be able to show any pictures from the comic. He has not made any MCU related appearances, but was in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. 8th is Ultimate Hulk, found in Brazil level 2. Rather than being chaotic good or chaotic neutral, like the main Hulk, the Ultimate Hulk universe version is more like the opposite, as the Hulk is regularly depicted as not only being incredibly destructive and violent, but also downright sadistic, and here rarely acts in a heroic manner. Furthermore, when the Hulk does act in a heroic capacity, such as when he helped to stop the Chinturian invasion, his motives are rarely, if ever, benevolent or altruistic, but rather because he's being manipulative by either the Ultimates or Bruce Banner. He made his debut in Ultimate Marvel Team Up #2 in 2001 and has not seen any MCU appearances. 9th, we have Green Scar Hulk, found in Alaska, level 9. 10th, we have World War Hulk, found in Brazil, level 2. Note that World War Hulk refers to a comic event, not a character. It's still Green Scar, but during this event with a slightly different costume. This look debuted in World War Hulk 1 in August 2007. This and Green Scar seem to have inspired his MCU Ragnarok appearance and the ones that appear in Marvel's Avengers and Marvel Contest of Champions. 11th is Maestro, found in Brazil, level 3. 12th is Rick Jones Hulk, found in Brazil, level 4. He's a troubled youth that Banner managed to throw into a protective trench before the gamma bomb detonated, but himself was bombarded with gamma radiation. This radiation triggered a mutagenic change in Banner, turning him into the raging superhuman Hulk. Feeling responsible for Banner's condition, and being the only person to know that the rampaging brute is actually Banner, Jones became the Hulk's sometimes unwanted companion and ally. He never turned into a Hulk, but a blue creature resembling the abomination called A-Bomb, and later a mutated abomination zombie. Comics are weird. As previously stated, one of the reasons Rick follows the Hulk around is that Banner saved him from the gamma bomb, and even states that it could have been him that turns into the monster that is the Hulk if not for Banner. I think this character is a what if Banner didn't save Rick and he ended up the Hulk. Rick Jones made his debut in Incredible Hulk #1 in May 1962. He is mentioned in The Incredible Hulk, where they monitored him to see if he contacted and helped Banner, and is mentioned in The First Avengers, where it is revealed that Banner threw Jones into a protective trench like in the comics. Aside from aiding the Hulk in this game, we haven't seen him in games or physically in the MCU. 13th, we have Hulkbuster Iron Man, found in Brazil, level 7. 14th, we have the classic Abomination, found in Brazil, level 8. We've previously covered the Abomination, but here we have its more traditional reptilian look with underwear. A little difficult to see with the DS graphics. This is a version we see in Marvel Contest of Champions. 15th, we have Ironclad, found in Brazil, level 9. 16, we have Hulkbuster Iron Man Mark III, found in the United States, level 2. I wasn't able to find this one anywhere. It could be based on the Mark III seen in Iron Man 1, but this one has gray or silver arms while the Mark III has gold. The Hulkbuster wouldn't even get a Mark II until Infinity War 10 years later, so I think it's safe to say that this is a what if or custom skin. Since we have a Banner or Professor Hulk now, there's not really a need for Hulkbuster Mark III anyway, but never say never. 17th, we have Korg, found in the United States, level 3. Korg is part of the Kronian race. After his defeat at the hands of Thor when the Stone Men tried to invade Earth, Korg became a prisoner of the Red King on the alien planet of Sakaar. He was forced into slavery by the obedience disc and made to fight for his life in gladiatorial arenas. Korg was made to kill his brother Margus against his will, a fact that continues to haunt Korg. When the Hulk was exiled to the Red King's planet, Korg became the Hulk's ally after he and 5 others were victorious during one of the gladiatorial games that rule on the planet as a form of entertainment. Korg was the first to let the group talk to each other, and after more victories in the game, Korg became a gladiator. Still fighting alongside Hulk, Korg was part of the group that rebelled against Red King after the Silver Surfer uses cosmic powers to destroy the discs that controlled the slaves. The Surfer had also been made a slave by such a disc, but it was destroyed by the Hulk when they were forced to battle. In the film adaptation, it was Beta Ray Bill, not the Silver Surfer, using the lightning powers of his hammer, Stormbreaker, to perform this feat. He first appeared in Journey into Mystery number 83 in 1962, but as Korg in The Incredible Hulk Volume 2 number 93 in May 2006. He would later appear in Thor Ragnarok, Endgame, Deadpool and Korg React, What If, and will return in Thor Love and Thunder. He's a playable character in Marvel Contest of Champions. In these appearances, he's more gray like stones rather than gold that we see here. 18th, we have Hiroim the Shamed, found in the United States, level 4. Originally, he was a shadow priest dedicated to the story of the Sakarsan, he who would unite the people of Sakar, and trained to join the other shadows. However, for his blasphemy of daring to dream that he could be the Sakarsan, he was expelled from the order. He was then chosen to be the personal guard of the Emperor of Sakar, and to uphold the alliance between the Shadows and the Empire. He broke his vow, however, when the Emperor ordered Hiroim to kill his adolescent son, due to the belief that he would bring ruin and devastation to Sakar, a prediction that ended up coming to pass. For breaking his oath, he ended up in the Emperor's gladiator training school, the Maw, where he fought alongside other warriors such as Meek, No Name of Brood, Korg, and the Hulk. He first appeared in The Incredible Hulk Volume 2, number 92 in April 2006. Although he has not seen any MCU appearances after this point, he and Korg were in a homosexual relationship, so we may see him in the future. 19th is Bi-Beast and is found in the United States, level 7. The Bi-Beast is an android with 2 heads, one atop the other. The top skull is given knowledge of warfare, while the bottom skull is given the knowledge of culture. Created many years ago by an avian race that were in turn a subspecies of Inhumans. For reasons unknown, the species died out and the Bi-Beast was left to its own devices in their city. Years later, the creature sees the Harpy with Bruce Banner and is reminded of its former avian masters. The Bi-Beast captures them both and instructs Banner to fix the now decaying machines in the city. Banner instead chooses to cure Harpy, who reverts back to the form of Betty Ross soon after. The Bi-Beast becomes aware of Banner's deception and fights Banner's alter ego, the Hulk, but is distracted when the AIM strike force led by MODOK storms the city. Rather than allowing its home to be captured, the Bi-Beast activates self-destruct mechanism and perishes in the explosion. It first appeared in Incredible Hulk number 169 in November 1973. Bi-Beast appears in this game as an android created by the Enclave. In Thor Ragnarok, Bi-Beast is featured among the sculptures of Sakar, indicating he is one of the former champions of the Grandmasters Contest of Champions. 20th is Madman, found in the United States, level 8. That just sounds accurate. A former schoolmate of Bruce Banner, Stearns develops a deranged love/obsession with Banner's career as the Hulk. Stearns subjects himself to a multitude of experiments involving gamma radiation to emulate his hero. This results in Stearns transforming into a distorted monstrosity with vast superhuman strength and developing multiple personality disorder. From this point, a much stronger, arguably deranged, personality gives him orders to carry out. Calling himself Madman, Stearns hatches a plot to kill the Hulk, giving him a poison injection that rapidly deteriorates his physical state. This puts the Hulk in conflict with various members of his rogues gallery, most notably the Abomination, turning weaker and more emaciated for every battle. Samuel Stearns, the leader and Phillips' brother, comes to the Hulk's aid and helps him track down Madman to find an antidote. He explains that Madman frightens him, but cannot force himself to kill his brother. During the ensuing battle, the Madman suffers a psychological breakdown, completely submerging his original personality, and the Hulk manages to cure himself. as well as poison Madman, leaving the latter on the verge of death, with the remedy dropped barely out of his reach. He first appeared in Incredible Hulk number 362 in December 1989 as Phil Stearns, and The Incredible Hulk number 364 the same year as Madman. We have not seen Madman in the MCU or any games. 21st and the last DS Hulk is Zax, found in the United States, level 9. Zax was the product of an accident that occurred at a consolidated Edison nuclear power plant when a group of heavily armed terrorists attempted to shut down the power of New York City. The explosion that their stray gunfire caused started a chain reaction in the atomic reactor, creating a psionically charged electromagnetic field of humanoid form. As the electromagnetic form grew, it incinerated those people who stood in its way, absorbing the electro-psionic fields it generated by their brains, and thus acquired human intelligence. As it began to think and become aware of its surroundings, it developed rudimentary speech and named itself Zax in imitation of the electrostatic crackle it made when it moved. As it killed more human beings, it grew more intelligent. Consequently, it began a campaign of murder and destruction in order to increase its intelligence further. Zax clashed with both the Hulk and Hawkeye. Zax short-circuited and its constituent field dissipated when Hawkeye shot an arrow attached to a long conducting wire through Zax into the East River. He first appeared in Incredible Hulk number 166 in August 1973 and is yet to see an MCU debut. Remember, with so many versions and characters, we can only discuss so much. Was there something I missed or misinterpreted? Which one of these secret characters is your favorite? Which one would you like to see in the MCU or future MCU game? Comment below. Well guys, that puts our journey through 2008's The Incredible Hulk to a close for now. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out the links in the description below, like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now guys. Manjoume out.